rise for allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah, why don't we just go straight ahead? You got more people coming on? Or?
Sure.
Mr. Glassman, you want to sign my nomination paper? Great thing to put on camera. Yes, they call me Selectman.
Can't get upstairs if I don't, huh?
No, I'm sure Chris will let you use his office anyway.
How you doing, Larry? Good. I'm Larry Peters. I'm the chair of the Granby Cable TV Advisory Committee, and I'm here this evening just to update and brief the select board, who's going to be the ultimate issuing authority to sign the contract. We're working with our telecommunications expert, Bill August, out in Boston, and as a committee, we pretty much accepted and approved after playing hardball with them a little bit, because they weren't going to give us very much money. And although we have nothing to say about internet service or telephone service, since we signed the last 10-year contract in 2005, we're getting a lot more revenue out of the town. So we were able to secure $125,000 in capital, of which we're going to get $62,000 in the first year, within the first year of the contract. The next 9 years, we get $7,000 a year after that, which for the size of our town is a fair deal. And so we're going to be meeting to review the contract. And the only thing we needed from your board was I got in touch with Chris Martin to make sure that all of the town buildings that should be wired up for cable are, and also we'll put in wording there for the future as well. Other details, we're going to maintain the senior citizen discount. And any questions you have about the actual contract?
So you're very pleased with it?
Well, you really can't count anything until you sign on the dotted line when we get
But
to
you're
actually.
feeling good?
Yeah, as a committee, we're going to review the contract and make sure that there's no improprieties in any of the wording in all the sections. So,
And I believe the other nice thing was they're going to pay for your move to your new studio.
yes, it's just a video origination point, and we're working to try and get settled into the old highway fire department garage and the town hall, Kellogg Hall Annex. So they're going to pay for that. So that's an additional good point. Chris, I forgot that one.
Now, does it do bargaining? Does that include anything about channels or anything like that? Or
No, from day one, the Mass State law, we have no negotiations about programming. And this was brought up to me a couple of years ago by our highway superintendent, Dave, who said in Comcast's infinite wisdom, they took the Weather Channel off the basic cable. And what does the highway department need most? The Weather Channel.
yeah.
So somebody high up in the bean counting chain figured, well, let's see if they want the Weather Channel, they'll have to pay for it. So that wasn't very fair, that we really have nothing to say about rates or programming. Certainly we want the citizens of town to come to us, and they can send a letter to this address at 10B West State Street, care of the Selectmen, care of the Cable TV Advisory Committee, and we'll look into any issues or problems they're having with the cable TV service. And that's what we do. Many years we're not renegotiating contracts. So appreciate your support, and we'll keep you abreast of how things progress. Shouldn't take us too long to review the contract and get it back to you, and then you'll have to sign it.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Larry.
Which we have no 6:45. Nope. Make a motion to accept the departmental reports as submitted.
Second?
All in favor? Aye. Make a motion to approve and sign meeting warrants 52, 53, and 54.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Mary, I think you have the license.
for a request for a common victuals license for AAH Corp. doing business as Dunkin' Donuts. And a common victuals license request for Friends of Granby's Veterans. And a common victuals license for Granby Preservation Society. Make a motion to approve Dunkin' Donuts.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Make a motion to approve Friends of Granby's Veterans and waive the $25 fee.
Second. Sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
And you have one from the Granby Preservation Society, as well as a entertainment request. And apparently they are not waiving, asking for a waiver. In fact, they specifically said that. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
And then we have the special town meeting.
Well, we voted, but we need to usually go through who's going to present.
Oh, okay.
I invited Lynn Mercier.
She's coming.
I didn't hear back from her, so she's been telling around.
Pilot agreement is going to take some explanation. Will you be prepared to talk to the town?
I can present, sure.
Highway?
Dave.
David. And school will be done by the school.
Will it be done by the superintendent or the chair? The final amount on the highway one's going to be $15,000. Because after I did that article, the motion itself is going to be $15,000. David had another truck that had, I guess he had diesel leaking into his oil, so he had to send it out to figure out what's going on.
We don't need to change this.
You don't change, you can't change the warrant. That's why I always put a greater or lesser amount. So it gives us the flexibility to be able to change the side amount.
And just for clarification on that, Chris, that is for trucks, correct?
Vehicle maintenance, yes.
Vehicle maintenance. It's not for snow because we've gone over, because my
Well,
understanding
actually,
was.
we have not exceeded our snow budget.
Right, and that's, a couple people asked me if that was for snow, and I said, well, my recollection from our last meeting is it didn't have anything to do with snow.
No, he's had to replace transmissions, he's been breaking axles, he's been having issues with breaking wheel hubs. Like I said, he has the machine the truck that had to go out because it's leaking diesel into the oil, so just major repairs, and every time it comes back, it's $5,000 here, $2,500 there. And he's just running money right now.
And the second question that I've had, the reason we are having the March special town meeting is primarily because
Pilot.
of the pilot. It
Correct.
has to get under a certain date.
No. The pilot does not have to get under a certain date. In order to not delay the process for getting these proposed projects approved, because they had put in a building permit application to the building inspector. However, because they're ground mounted arrays, they have to go in front of the planning board. They went in front of the planning board preliminarily to discuss it, but they have not actually gone to them to get a special permit. The planning board normally asks about a pilot agreement as part of their process. So this is why I'm trying to get it in front of town meeting so that we can be one step ahead and start negotiating this so we don't delay the process. That's all I'm trying to do.
My response is, you know, when people say, is it worth the money to have a special town meeting? A few months before May, I said that we felt that it warranted it. But, I mean, that's
Yeah.
just two concerns that I've had regarding, is it absolutely necessary? And I wasn't sure if the school article needed to be.
No, that
No,
could have
that
waited
could've
till
been-
May, and, you know, most of it probably could have waited till May, but the issue is the pilot is when Russ came in with the gentleman
Yep.
from
I thought that
East
also
Long
had to do
Meadow.
with a deadline, but it didn't.
Yeah, so.
What is the cost of a special town meeting?
High side, 3,000. High side. Low side, about 1,500. 1,500 to 2.
So, I mean, I guess it's fair to say that the pilot is not hugely time sensitive, but time sensitive, man.
It's sort of time sensitive because once you get permission to negotiate, once you negotiate the document, you then have to bring it back to town meeting for approval.
Which would be good to do in May.
So if we can get this done now, get an agreement together for the May or the June town meeting, it'd be great. And then we could just tie that in with one of those two meetings.
So what are we hoping, we wait till the annual, having a special again sometime in summer?
July, August maybe, or so. As long as it's-
Yeah, okay, I just wanted
It's
some
just-
clarification
that's
on,
okay, it's just-
camera in response to those questions, so.
Do we approve the entertainment license?
Yes.
Yeah, as part of the,
Convicts. Alright. Minutes?
make a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
Second?
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Well, I went to the pork loin dinner that the Veterans Memorial Committee had. They filled the place up, and then they had takeout meals. And from what I understand, they sold over 200 meals.
Wow, that's great.
So, and Jim Soul, who's doing the design, who's an architect for York's for Keats in Springfield, he's been doing a great job presenting. He's presenting things, and I wouldn't know what to compare it to, but working on the school building, got accustomed to seeing architects perform stuff, and he's doing a great job for a guy who's in his mid-20s.
So, yeah.
That's all I got.
Any update on the sewer?
We are meeting next Monday.
Is that the first meeting?
That's the first meeting. We're meeting in my office, 2 o'clock, next Monday.
How about the connection with South Hadley? Has there been,
We met with town administrator of South Hadley, Mike Sullivan. We met with Jim Reedy, who is the head of the highway department over there. We discussed the proposed pipe, the service area, and then seemed to have any issue with it, so,
they didn't?
no. That was one good hurdle we got over. I did have AECom send up the preliminary evaluation report, so all the community members could read it before our first meeting, and then hopefully we can start moving quickly on this to get.
Because we're still looking at a,
June has to, we have to have a funding vote by June 30th of this year.
what was April targeted for? Thought April was a significant timeline
I
too.
don't remember the April date being true. That one's foggy in my head, Mary. I don't know what that one is. I think he was trying, if possible, to get it done by April so that we don't butt against the last minute. But I think we have until June 30th to do the October.
And how did your conversation go with Sofrite?
It went well. I have to set up some conference calls between me and school representatives to be able to talk about how we currently do things and implementation schedule and training, implementation, conversion.
And when do you anticipate that?
I gotta get a hold of Nancy at the school and see when she works, because I know she works a short schedule. I know Mary usually is there all week long. It's just I'm trying to work around Nancy's schedule. So I'll probably see her tomorrow anyway, so I can talk to her tomorrow and get
what is the status of the combination of jobs?
We're actually gonna meet on that Thursday at 5:30.
Is that, this timeline still in line with combining it? Or-
The superintendent and myself, Pat, we jointly developed a job description. We sent it out to the other committee members for their review, and like Mark said, on Thursday, we're meeting to discuss that proposed job description, and if everybody agrees to it, in the committee, Mark will bring it back to the board at the next meeting for comment, and hopefully the school rep will bring it to their committee for comment, and then that way I can put the article on the annual town meeting.
That's great,
So,
and that's the timeline for that.
now, yes, because that vote can only be taken at an annual town meeting.
Yep,
That was the issue, so. Everything else, as far as I'm concerned, everything's in place, and it'll be up to the two oversight boards, the board of selectmen and the school committee, to decide whether they want to proceed with the plan.
does anybody have a read on the school committee as to their,
I have no idea on that.
They're gonna talk about it tonight,
it is on their
agenda.
agenda? Have to watch that one.
They also, I don't know if you heard, they hired Judy Hull as interim superintendent.
Yeah.
So, nothing else at this point.
Okay,
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
How about that?
second?
That was a quick one.
Our next meeting will be, we have a meeting next Monday night, right, special, and then we're gonna skip a week, is that right?
And
Yeah, well, I saw that it was sort of approved.
It's okay with,
I
March
saw it on the
Chris won't be
calendar.
here, but.
Solid Waste Committee just comes
Yeah.
in to give their report and they
Definitely.
propose.
Just for the other two board members, I think we're talking in April. Do you have a problem with the
I'm not sure.
third Tuesday in April? Lou may have an issue because we don't meet that Monday because it's Patriots Day.
I'll let you know.
So, however, with the cancellation or the movement of the meeting date, he can't make it in March, so I'm gonna try and arrange something in May for him to meet forward.
yeah, I think this is their busy season. They're in session and they gotta come up with a budget and all that kind of stuff. I saw him on Saturday.
But just let the board know that.
Motion adjourn?
Done?
All done? All right, I'm in favor of that.
Aye. Oh, we don't.
That's short.